Today, we are taking a look at micro compact carry guns. I've been wanting to do a stream comparing them for a while, just have never gotten around to it. So these are three of our micro compact carry guns. If you want to count, I also have the Pro. Hold on, let me just... And we also have the Pro, the Hellcat Pro, which is kind of like in its own category, but we'll talk about these. These are like one of the smaller class. This is probably like the smallest, I think, except for like weird stuff. This is basically the smallest category of handgun for carrying. These two are Croatian guns. These are Springfield Armory, but they're actually by HS product. Okay, so this is a full-size one here. This is a FN 5. Well, it's not really. It's a compact, but you can kind of see how much bigger it is. You can see how much bigger this one is, even though it's like if you were to compare like the width, you can see it's significantly fatter. And this is a FN 509, and this isn't even a full-size gun, by the way. This isn't the full-size gun. I guess I'll start talking about it while I'm waiting. So these two are both Hellcats, and this was my first micro gun. Actually, this is my my just regular Hellcat, and I have the hollow sun on it, like optic. You can see it right there. But yeah, I really like this gun. This is again my first carry. I use this a lot, and like size-wise, I mean, it's so tiny, it's like perfect, really, especially when you have like the extension. Kind of gives it a little bit more so you can get like a full grip on it. It feels really snug. I do like the grip texture, even though it's a little light. I'd say like my favorite one probably is the FN. Like, I like this kind of like this grip texture that's like these kind of squares. Like, it just feels a lot more grippy than this sort of sandpaper-ish texture. As you can see, it's got like it's kind of sandpapery. As far as carrying, and this one I do have like the hollow sun mounted on it. So it will kind of affect the actual performance of the gun when I show you guys like the actual shot tests. But again, I carry this one and like I love the size of it. I actually love the U notch. So on the irons, you can see it's a U notch instead of if you were to compare it to this one. This one I actually hate the most. I hate this the most. But I actually don't mind it. Like, I know some people have problems with like the U notch for like aiming irons, but I actually like it a lot. And it's got a tritium front, both of them. So both versions of these have the tritium front on it. And the Pro, as you can see, these are both the same kind of gun. They're both Hellcats. So this is the regular Hellcat, and this is the Hellcat Pro. You can get this one in whatever color. It's just I like FD more. So it's like if you were to stack them up, you can see that the Pro has a slightly longer barrel, and it is a little bit longer here as well. So if your hands are a little bit bigger and you want something like a little bit more substantial, I really recommend the Hellcat Pro. Like, it's really nice. Like, this gun feels so good to shoot. My main criticism of it would be that the trigger is kind of ass. Like, it just, something about the way it feels, but I really think that's just a striker issue. Like, it just feels like kind of it's just really like, if you listen to it here, like, do you hear it? It's just, it has like it feels like smushy is the best way to explain it. So like, it's like it feels a little bouncy is the best way to explain it. It has like, as you're pulling, it has like a little bit of like a smush to it, like a little smoosh to it. Like, it has like this how do I explain it? Like, let me take this off the table. I'm gonna lock this up. This is a magazine of like Hornady FTX. I'm gonna put that away. I don't want it anywhere near the guns while I'm dry firing. Anyway, it's like, it has like a little bit of a give. Like maybe I can show it on this side, but if you look at it, like, you see how it has there, like, it's got like a, it's not super crisp, like it's got like a smush to it. Oh, there, like you just saw it. See that? It's got a little bit of a smush to it. It's like sometimes it smushes before it shoots. Like, I don't know, like, there. Do you see how it like kind of smushed like a significant amount? Yeah, like, that's the one thing I don't like about it. But what I will say though is that form factor, like the shape of the gun, the grip, like the way it feels in my hand is like, I love this one. I love both of these like a lot. And I shoot this one insanely well. If you don't believe me that I can shoot this one extremely well, on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, I have a video where I'm shooting torsos at 50 yards, left-handed one hand. So I was like literally shooting it like this, and I was hitting torsos. I was just like beaming torsos at 50 yards. Like, it's great. And the thing is though, is I don't know how much of it is because I have a holosun on it. So I started with irons. And then I went to optic, and I went back to irons. So like, but like, I would be crazy if I were to say that the red dot doesn't help you with aim. It definitely does, especially with precision aiming. But I mean, when you're trying to just hit like a torso, like, I think irons are completely fine. And then you also have the benefit of just it being a lot clearer and a lot less like shit that can fuck up, you know? So I'm like, I'm not gonna say that like the irons are straight up better. I think there's pluses and minuses to both. Like, I think the optic gets you a lot better long range like aim shooting, whereas I really feel like the irons they're just a lot faster and a lot less that can fuck up, I think. And I'm sure like with training, you could kind of alleviate some of those negatives on both sides, right? The other benefit too is that you can zero this. It's a lot harder to zero irons, which I've learned. Having the red dot kind of helps you zero in on like how you shoot. Do I have a safety? No, I don't. None of my carry guns have safeties. So they're actually, so for this gun, this is the FN Reflex Micro Compact. This gun had an option for a safety, and I opted for no safety because a safety is just another thing that can fuck up. So I said fuck it, like no safety. Yeah. What is the safety for? Nothing really. Like, I don't know. Peace of mind. It doesn't really do anything. It's pointless. Anyway, because okay, let me explain why a safety is pointless. Because you don't want to rely on it anyway. So like, what's the point of it? Because you shouldn't be fucking pointing your gun at like random people anyway. You know what I mean? Like, having the safety doesn't mean anything. You should still treat it as if the safety doesn't work. You have to always assume that the safety doesn't work. So if you're assuming the safety doesn't work, then why have it? Do you see what I mean? It's just another thing you can fuck up, because now you have to like draw your gun. Now you have to draw your gun, and then you have to flick some shit down, like, in order to even start shooting. It's like, it's just a waste of time. And the thing is like, when you're in these situations where shit really goes down, and like you know, like you're shaking and like all of these things, like it's just anything that can fuck you up is a thing that can fuck you up, and a thing that can get you killed. So that's why it's kind of like whatever, right? Yeah, it's an extra step, it's basically. Yeah, anyway, so I've got so again, like so I'm just these are just kind of for visual. You can see again, this is a subcompact. So there's another class of gun bigger than this one, and that's going to be like your duty guns. Those are full size. and this is a subcompact. So this is kind of like in between the full-size handgun and the micro. And previously subcompacts were really all you had. This is really was your choice, was a subcompact, until they started releasing these micro compacts that have good capacity. I think the Hellcat actually, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Hellcat actually started that. Like started like the affordable the affordable micro compact that like holds more than like 10 rounds. I think it was Hellcat that started it, one of them. Yeah. And then you have after this, so this came out first, and then now you have FN and HK both with their versions. This is the FN Reflex. And I hate this. It says fucking Reflex on the side, like right here. Like, how lame is that? That's so fucking lame. Like, I wish I could take that out. It's just so dumb looking. Reflex. It's kind of like grip zone. Like the old XD guns with their grip zone. It just looks so dumb. And then over here, you've got the CC9, HK CC9. And it's, anyway, so let's like talk about like these guns and their features and stuff. So this is the cheapest gun. I actually probably should have looked up prices before I started, but the Croatian gun is going to be the cheapest. Let's see, Hellcat Springfield. We're gonna look up MSRPs. Okay, this isn't going to be like the actual street value, obviously. Especially with this one. This one has a much higher street value. It's kind of harder to find. But let's just go off of the MSRP. Okay, so for the Hellcat, you're looking at an MSRP for the... Oh, and also, by the way, the Hellcat does come in a manual safety version as well. If you want, you can have a manual safety added to it. And I believe it is here. It's like right here, basically. So you have to like flick that down before you shoot. Again, non-safety version. The versions I have no safety. And this one runs for, let's see, this will be the Hellcat 3-inch micro compact. OSP. This will run you about $677. $677. And the reason why it's slightly more expensive is because it does have the mount. So you can mount an optic on the top. In my opinion, if you're gonna get a gun and there's two options, there's a iron sight option and a mount option, you might as well just get the mount option. It's easier to resell it. If you want to sell it down the line, it's easier to resell it, and it doesn't really do anything anyway, because if you don't want to have an optic, you just put the plate on top. So I mean, here's a good example. You can see on my Reflex, there's like a cutout here for your mounted optic, and it's better to have it than not, because if you have it, then you can mount an optic if you want, but then you don't have to. So it's like you might as well just get it. And again, easier to resell, right? Because then people want that option anyway, so you might as well just buy it. It's not even that much more either. So the Hellcat runs for $677 with the cutout, and it's $644 without the cutout. So it's like not even that big of a difference. So again, $677 US for this one. That's not actually how much it costs. Again, that's the MSRP. You can probably get it for around $500, and it's going to come with a ton of shit, especially with the Springfield. The Springfield guns, usually if you buy them around summertime, you'll get like really fat discounts. You're looking for the gear up package. So Springfield has a gear up that gives you you get like fucking 4 mags and a bag and like all sorts of shit. And they even have a version that comes with an optic now. So Springfield is amazing, like amazing value, honestly, for the guns. If it's like your first time gun, your first time carry, and you don't really know like what to get, you don't really care, I really think that Springfield is like a good choice. And I know a lot of people probably disagree with me because They don't like Springfield, but I've never had a problem with this. This gun has always been solid to me. No fucking feed issues. Nothing. It's just been clean. It's just been clean and reliable. And it has a really nice profile. Magazines are not going to cost you like $50 fucking like these two. Like, it's just very good. I really like it. And again, I've carried this gun a lot, and I've carried Springfields for most of like my carrying. I went from the XD full duty to the XD subcompact, and then now to the Hellcat. So I really like this one. Now if we're gonna look at the other ones, let me see the FN Reflex. All right, so over here we've got the FN Reflex. This one is going to and again, with this it's going to come with let's see, what does it come with? It comes with one 11-round magazine and a 13-round extendo. So you're gonna come with 3 magazines, but 2 magazines. But again, like I said, you'll probably get a deal with a fuck ton of shit in it. But yeah, so again, it's realistically gonna come with like 4 magazines. Like, I have more Springfield magazines than I know what to do with, to be honest. I just have them for days. In fact, I got this one for free. This is the Hellcat Pro. I got this one for free. So that's how it is. Anyway, grip width on this is 1 inch, which is really, really nice. And again, like, if this is a little too small for you, you can get the Pro, which is the kind of great thing about the Hellcat. They're literally the same, except this one's a little bit bigger. Yeah, this one came with a membership, a range membership. I got a range membership so I can go shoot with my mom. And I got the package that lets you bring a +1. You know, most people don't really need +1s, but like, I always go with my mom, so a +1 is basically 2 memberships for me. And the membership came with a free Hellcat. I mean, Texas. It's Texas, guys. I mean, anyway, yeah. Again, a really, really good option. If your hands are a little bit bigger, you want something that has a little bit more grip to it, Hellcat Pro. It has like it's a nice like kind of mix between a subcompact and a micro. Like, you get the thinness of the micro. And again, like, let's compare the thickness here. You can see it's significantly thinner, right? It's like, man, I'd even go so far as to say the Pro has a much nicer grip than even the FN, like than even the 509. Like, this one doesn't feel as good in your hand compared to this one. But I am an FN simp, so we'll talk about that. So anyway, moving on to the FN Reflex again. This is the MRD version, which does have the mount on top. And this one, let's see, the MSRP is $659 on this one. It's going to come with a 15-round and an 11-round magazine. And there are options. I believe when I saw this one go on sale, there are not really on sale, but like there's promotions. The promo for this one came with, I think there was one version that had an optic. I didn't get that version. That was stupid. But anyway. Now, I have many things to say about this gun. By far my favorite trigger of the ones that you see here, of the micro compacts, by far my favorite trigger. But this gun came with problems. And I'm not going to, you know, I love FN, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. When I first got this gun, it had several failures to fire. 50% failure to feed rate, which is unacceptable. Like, that's ridiculous. for a new gun. A lot of people, when I bought it, I told them about it. I said, I'm having failures to feed like every couple shots. And they were telling me, you know, it was dudes, right, at the store. And they were telling me, you're not holding the gun right. You're not holding the gun right. You're limp wristing it. You know, they were telling me all of these things. And I was like, I've never had this problem. Again, I never had it happen with this gun. Never had it happen with this gun. Never had it happen with my all of my other HS product guns. Never had a problem with my mom's P2000. Never had a problem with the VP9. Never had a problem with the 509C. Never had a problem with the 5.7. Never had any of those problems. This one was just fucking ass. It would be like boom, stuck, and then it would have a shell just sticking out like it was awful. And everyone was telling me, oh, you're just not shooting it right. And did you try different ammo? I tried like 4 different kinds of ammo, and like expensive ammo too. I tried, it was not good. So I was quite a disappointment because I was like really excited to use the gun. And I get to the range, I load it up, I shoot, boom, stuck. Clear. Okay, cycle, boom, nice. Boom, stuck. It was factory fresh. Yes, this wasn't a, yes. And again, guys, one other thing though, is that these two are first year guns, right? Have you tried being a dude? Oh, maybe it maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Anyway, so I sent this, and going back to like FN, right? I talked to them, I messaged them, and here we're gonna be really fair. I contacted FN. They instantly got back to me, and they were like, okay, like, I also also the problem is it was shooting like low. See, I was having like all of the problems that are normally like, they're normally like noob problems that like they're like problems that like people look at you like, really, like failure to feed. Yeah, you're limp wristing. You're shooting low and left. Heh, right? Like it's low and left is like the meme, right? Like if you shoot low and left, that's the meme. But this gun was shooting low and left. And I was like telling people, it's shooting low and left. And they're like, heh, low and left, huh? Like, yeah, like you're shooting wrong, right? And I'm like, no, I swear to God, I'm not, right? So anyway, I sent it to FN. They got back to me. And they did fix something with the gun. They said that there was something wrong. I forgot what it was exactly. I think the problem was something with the extractor, I think. They fixed that, and I haven't had a failure to feed. Yep, no problems with failure to feed after. I RMA'd the gun, sent it in, they fixed it, sent it back to me, and I didn't have a problem. So they sent it back to me, they fixed it, right? And then they told me, it is within our parameters for accuracy. There's nothing wrong with it. So you have to understand, I sent them a message. I said, the gun is shooting low left. All right. Everyone memed on me. All the dudes memed them on me because I shot low and left. And I was like, bro. And when I sent it back to them, they checked the accuracy. And you know what they did? They sent me the target. Okay, guys. So they told me there's nothing wrong with it. It was within our accuracy parameters. And they sent me the target that they used. And guess what? It was low and left. Okay, guys. If a person who shoots guns all day for accuracy tests gets low and left, how is that my fault? Okay. How is that my fault? About like an inch. Like about an inch at like 7, like bro, like it's It's freaking so stupid. Anyway, so that's that, right? And then I'll show you if my mom can find a Target. I'll show you that one. Anyway, so moving on. This is not my gun. I wish it was my gun, but it is not my gun. This is my mom's HK CC9, and this gun is actually incredibly hard to get right now. Not a flex, not, you know, not flexing or anything, you know, but it's a really hard to get gun. This is, my mom's been really wanting this gun. She kind of like was really on it. Like she was on it. Like she was like waiting for someone to have it. And she found out that they had them. And by the way, if you want to know where you can get one, Bass Pro Shop has them. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone I told you, but Bass Pro Shop has them. If you like go there, you can order it. Yeah. Anyway. So now one thing that does make me sad about this gun is Gotcha Gun showed me like what the original one looked like, and it looks so much cooler. Maybe I can I don't know if you're still there, Gotcha, if you can send me a picture of it, but it looked really cool. And yeah, was sorry disappointed that they discontinued the P2000. I think so. I think she I don't know if she cares because she has one. But one thing about this gun that's weird is the slide. It's so hard to charge this gun. And I don't know if this is like a woman problem, but it's so hard. Like, look at this. Like, it's so hard. Like, it's so hard. Like, compared to other guns. Like, look at this. All right, guys. Easy. Easy. Look. Look at this fucking accuracy test they sent me. Look at that. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah. Anyway, this gun is so hard. Right, mommy? This is not just me, right? It's like, dude, it's so hard. Like, again, like, look at this. It's hard, right? It's really heavy. Like, I don't fucking understand why. Like, look how easy. All right? I'm not fucking tripping. Like, all of these are fucking easy. This one right here, let me press check it again. This one really fucking easy. Now, when I get to this one, holy fuck. It is so hard. Like, even just kind of getting it open, like, God, it's so tough, like, to charge this one. Shit. What? My mom says you guys shoot it more. John Wick it? Yeah, right, man. My hand's gonna fucking explode. Anyway, so sorry, I totally forgot to talk about the trigger on the Reflex. Like, I just love this trigger. Like, it's so like, it's so, listen to this. My God. It's just, it's so crispy. This is the FN Reflex. It's so nice. Like, oh my Lord. Like, here, like I'll show you guys like how it looks like over here. So it has a little bit of like give here, and then it's right there. There's the wall, and then it just goes boom. See? It's like, holy crap. But again, like, look at the difference here. See how it's like smushy? It like gives in a little bit, and it's like, it's a little, compared to this one, which is just like clean, like every single time. And yeah, so one thing about this gun, and this is like, you know, big props to FN for this one. This is an internal hammer. So there's a hammer inside here, right? This one is not. This is an internal hammer. This is striker, and this is also striker. So all of these, I think actually, wait, correct me if I'm wrong, this one's also a hammer. I'm pretty sure the 509 is also a hammer. Oh, same trigger. Well, no, actually, this one's a little bit better. Man, that's nice. But yeah, the trigger on this is good. And again, if it's not for those problems, I would wholeheartedly recommend this. And actually, let me back up a bit before I go more into the CC9. One thing that I did hear, I was looking up a lot of rumors online about this gun. And apparently, if your gun is, the serial number is under 40,000, then that's when you'll have problems. So you want a serial number over 40,000. Mine is under 40,000. So I heard that anything under 40,000 has a similar issue. Like there's a high percentage chance of getting the failure to feed issue. Yeah. So make sure you check out and make sure you're getting a new one of the FNs, because again, this was like a year one production, right? So you're gonna have a lot of kind of issues with it, and definitely look out for that, and make sure that you get under that number for your serial. One other thing I forgot to talk about actually is the sights on this. It has a tritium front sight, so this is gonna glow when it's dark. Let me see if I can get it to happen. I feel a little uncomfortable. I cleared this, pre-clear, clear again. I know I'm about to put the barrel in front of my hand, which is actually, let me just do this. There we go. Now it's safe. Let's see if I can get the. It's kind of hard to see. It's hard to see, but it glows. It glows in the dark. It's a little hard to see, but anyway, it has a tritium front sight, and then it has like the two dot. Turn off the lights. No, it's okay. It's got the 2 dot in the back. Pretty nice irons, honestly. In the front is like orange, as you can see. It's like orange front and then white back. Makes it super easy to actually see, like to like when you're raising it. It's super easy to find it. Like this setup is so fast with the orange and the 2 dot. Now, and again, like I do like the U-notch as well. This has an optic on it, but if you were to look at, this is the Pro, which is the same thing as the Hellcat. It's got that U-notch with a different color as well. You've got this kind of yellow with tritium, and then the U-notch at the bottom, which I do like the U-notch as well. Now, here's where I don't like the CC9. The CC9 does not have dots on the back. And I think there are a lot of people that are okay with that, but like when it comes to like actually like acquiring the target fast and like aim, like I just don't know why you wouldn't put a marker on the back. Is there a reason that you would do this? I don't understand. Like why would they do that? Why would there be no like markers on the backs, on the rear sight of the iron? It doesn't make sense. To focus more on the front? Yeah, but I mean, you still have to line it up, right? So anyway, this one also has a tritium front, yellow, no marking on the back. As far as the trigger on this one, it's been a while since I've shot it, so let me get a little feeling for it. Okay. Not as good as, you know what, guys? I think I'm hammer pilled. I think that's the issue. I like hammer guns. Like, they just feel so much better compared to Striker. Striker feels ass. I don't know what it is about Striker. It just feels so nasty. Like, now that I've shot hammer fired guns, I'm hammer pilled. Like, it's just like the P2000, like my mom's P2000. is also hammer. It's also an internal hammer, and it's nice. Well, no, it's not. It's not even it's an external hammer actually on the P2000. It feels so good. I love the trigger on it on my mom, and my mom loves it too. She said the same thing. She does enjoy it as well, like a lot more than the CC9. But you know, we have to compromise, right? Because you know, are you going to be carrying a P2000 which doesn't really have any room for any accessories, and it's also bigger, right? So ever shot a single action only? I have, but not really for carry. Anyway, I also have lever guns. I have lever guns. You can do that with a lever gun, right? Anyway, John says it is objectively the best striker fired handgun. A Glock, man. You know what? I might actually want a Glock now, because the thing is when I first got into carrying, I didn't like the Glock. Like, I held the Glock, I shot the Glock. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it compared to the XD. I like the XD more. I don't know what it is. Was I holding it wrong? I don't know what the problem was with Glocks. I don't know if, like, am I just being too hipster so I don't like the Glock? Like, I don't know. Anyway. Features on them. They all have underbarrel. This one's like really short on this one. The FN has, they all have wait. Yeah, they all have underbarrel on them. So if you want like a flashlight, laser, you can get those for all of these guns. And again, all of them have the cutout at the top if you choose to get that. As far as my favorite guns, again, very reliable out the gate, no problems with this. Very reliable out the gate, no problems with this. Significant unusable problems with the FN when I first got it. Now I have no problem. So after I got it tested out, I shot at the range, no issues. But you know, which goes to show, like, you have to test your guns out before you carry them. Don't just buy a gun and then get a holster and just immediately like wear it. You need to test your gun out. You need to shoot like hundreds of rounds through your gun, preferably if you can, and make sure you test all of the ammo that you're going to carry with. Even with these, I shoot the Hornady, these Hornady rounds. I shoot these. These are my carry rounds, and I always shoot these. I always shoot like a mag of them, which is really expensive, but I shoot a mag of them just to make sure whenever I get a new gun. I will show you guys a couple stuff over here. Give me 1 second. So over here is the accuracy test here. I think I did 5 or 6. I think 5. This one is the Hellcat. This is at 7. Is it fair? Because I have a red dot on the Hellcat, so it's not entirely fair. And this is like I was shooting like relatively fast too, so it wasn't like super good. This over here is going to be the FN, and you can kind of see what I mean. This was kind of an outlier. I just rushed a shot. I fucked up. But like, if you look over here, you can see that it is definitely shooting low left, but look at the grouping. It's all like in one spot. And then you have over here the grouping for the CC9. I don't know if I just wasn't really, I don't have very much practice with the CC9, so it's possible I just fucked up. I don't really know. They're all relatively accurate. I mean, they're all like hitting like pretty much like around the middle, so it's not really that bad. Again, with the Springfield, I did have an optic on here. I do have like the red dot, Holosun red dot on it. I shoot a lot better than like people at the range. Like every time I go there, it's shocking. I don't think people are trying though. I think a lot of people are just kind of fucking around, you know, like half the time people just go there and they just fucking ba 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 ba. Like, what are you doing? You know, so it's kind of whatever. Like these ones were, I definitely did shoot them for accuracy, not super slow, but I did go for accuracy with these shots. Most police can't shoot either. That's true. I have taken classes with police, and yes, they also have very suspicious accuracy, I will say. Back in the day, I used to train with a lot of cops, and you want to know what they told me? Like they told me like, this is our training. They don't pay for this. I pay for this. It's like, wait, so you're training with me and it's out of your pocket? And they're like, yeah, because I just want to be better with my gun, just in case. So you have a lot of cops fronting their own fucking training, you know? Like, that's actually how I got into carrying guns, because a cop told me I should carry. Did you guys know that? That's what happened. I went to one of these classes. My teacher was like, okay, you have really good aim. Go to the advanced class. Like, stop fucking around in the basic class. Go to the advanced class. And the advanced class had a bunch of cops in it. And there was this like one woman cop who I was shooting next to, and she said, you're pretty good. You should carry a gun. And I was like, what are you talking about? I live in California. Don't mess with me. I was like, what do you mean carry a gun? She's like, no, you can actually carry a gun. I'm like, what? And she's like, yes, I'll show you how. And so she talked to me and she helped me to like get my concealed carry permit. And that's why I had one in California, which you think is like fucking impossible, but it depends where you live, right? So that's kind of like what happened. It was really fun though, because dude, you know what's the worst though, is there was one day, and again, like I said, like a lot of the people that take these classes are cops, like these kind of advanced classes, because the advanced classes are like movement, shooting from weird positions, like peeking corners and stuff like that. Like they had a lot of this kind of stuff. And one of the times we went to class, and they played really fucking loud music. Like we get onto the range, and by the way, we're shooting like on the range because it's like a cop range. Like we're actually like we're not shooting from behind the bays. We're actually like in front, like on the actual range. And they had my instructor strung up a police lights, like, you know, the lights on top of a cop car. He like somehow got the lights from the top of a cop car and he strung it up on the like from the ceiling, and he turned it on and he turned all the lights off. So it was just fucking blue and red flashing like over and over again, and then loud music playing. And he's like, yeah, show me your grouping. And so we had to like do drills with like loud music and freaking like these. Oh, it was so funny. It was great. It was a rave time. You know how hard that is, dude? It's so hard. It's like, it's so distracting. Yeah. High stress shooting. Probably my other favorite class I took, there was one where they were teaching, so like my instructor was teaching, because again, there's like cops, right? And like he was teaching intimidation was the class, so that you don't have to shoot. Basically, it was like how to threaten people so that like you don't actually have to fire your gun. So the entire class was us yelling at fucking targets. Like yelling at them, cursing them out. It was just so funny. Like seeing like police there, just like, get down, you fucking bitch, sit down, or I'll blast you. Shut up, but get down. It was fucking hilarious. And I'm just like, get down, bitch, or I'll fucking shoot you. It's amazing. Oh man, what a class, dude. That's the point: shooting and distracting and disturbing situations. Get down on your fucking knees. I'll shoot you. I'll fucking kill you, bro. Yeah, dude, it's so funny because if you can prevent, so if you can intimidate check them, if you can intimidate check them so hard that you don't have to shoot them, that's ideal, right? Like, you don't want to shoot them, obviously pulling the trigger is the last resort. Why would you want to do it, right? Unless you're a fucking psychopath. Like, why would you want to shoot people? Like, I carry, guys, listen, I carry all of the, I've said this many times before. I buy these guns. I carry these guns. I hope it was all a waste of time in terms of like carrying it. Like, I hope I was uncomfortable. I bought all of these like holsters. Oh, this is another one of my holsters. You guys like this? This is cool. This is a pocket holster. It's for a magazine. Ideally, you know, you did all this training. You carried your gun. You carried your gun every day. You did all this training. You dealt with buying all the holsters, buying all the magazines, buying all the attachments, wasting all, you know, shooting all that ammo for training with these fucking shitty micro compacts that are not even fun to shoot, by the way. Anyone, I'm sure you guys understand, if you've ever shot a micro compact, they're not fun to shoot. These fucking suck dick. Like, as far as like shooting for fun, terrible. These are all terrible for that. The reason you carry these is for the concealment factor, because they're small. But ideally, you know, I got all these micro compacts and everything, and it's for nothing. At the end of the day, I'm on my deathbed and I never had to shoot someone. That's the ideal. Ideally, it was all a waste of time and money. Yeah, so that's why, like, you know, you learn to like intimidate people. You learn perception. You learn to not put yourself into bad situations, right? Like, you see a dark alley, you're like, maybe I won't walk down that dark alley, right? And it's not because you're afraid, but it's because you don't want to, you know, as a person that carries guns, you have to be more responsible than the average person. So you have to like take into account for like everything that you could possibly do to not shoot somebody. And I think that's the mentality that people have to have, which is why I'm not really a big fan of open carry. I think that, like, I personally think that unless that's your only option, I kind of feel like open carry is kind of just a big dick thing. It's not really like good. Yeah, dark alley at 2 a.m. Let's go down it alone. Yeah, but what if you have to go down that dark alley? What if that's where you have to go? And then if you don't have a gun, then you have no options if something happens, right? So anyway, that was like kind of my review for that. You guys have any questions about them? Again, if I had to rate it, my favorite trigger, these two much better for reliability. Again, these two are kind of early guns, so I wouldn't really, I don't recommend these two to like a new person, because again, these are kind of in their early production. They're in their early, like, these guns just came out and we don't know what kind of problems are going to be with these two. So reliability wise, I really recommend this one. It's cheap, comes with a lot of stuff. You know, it comes with a range bag, comes with free magazines if you get it during their gear up. Significantly less in price. Just feels good and really reliable. Your hands are a little bit bigger. You want something a little bit more substantial. They have the Pro option as well. Not sponsored, by the way. I also love FN. I'm like an FN simp. So I carry this gun, even though I still carry this one because it feels nice. Also, this one actually feels a lot better, like concealed. If you're a woman, I think this one is a lot nicer for the concealment. Just like the profile and just like the kind of shape of it. It's a lot nicer for deep concealment compared to this one. So I give the FN some props over that. And I'd imagine that the HK would be the same. But my mom hasn't carried it yet because she just got her holster. Because as you guys know, a lot of the holsters are custom made and they take fucking a month and a half to get before you even get it. Unless you're a Glock enjoyer, you just get your holsters instantly. You fucking Glock people. What got me into FN? One of my first guns was an FN, actually. I don't know. I just like it. I like the P90. I like the 5.7. I own a 5.7. Like it's a Mark II 5.7. I love how it looks. I love how it feels. Like I love this grip texture. I just love the kind of look of them. Like I just think that they're really aesthetic. And I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, but I like the scar as well. Like I think the scar is really aesthetic. There's something about it. I like. I don't really know how to explain it. Get a Deagle? I don't know. Those are very expensive to shoot. I don't know if I would want a Deagle. Yeah. The next gun I'm gonna get probably is I really want the Magpul Zev gun, the Magpul Zev FMG. I want that really bad, or FDP or whatever the fuck they call it. I want that gun. So that's probably gonna be my next gun. And I know a lot of people don't like it and think it's kind of cringe, but like I've always wanted one. Leafy, you ever thinking about getting a revolver? I do want one. I want like a kind of like a classic revolver like one day. Just for funsies. But I wouldn't carry it. I've never fired a gun, but I'm thinking about trying it. What kind of handgun would you recommend for a first-time shooter? Yeah, you want to shoot something, you probably want to shoot like just a polymer, like one of these. Preferably like a full-size one, which I don't have on the table. I have some, but they're in the safe right now. Something a little bit bigger. Bigger is better in general. Like it's physics, right? When you have a gun like that shoots the same round, like these shoot the same round, right? Like this gun and this gun shoot the same bullet, right? They're both 9mm. There's more mass in this gun. So because of that, the effect on your hand is a lot less, and the effect of recoil is a lot less on a larger gun, because there's a lot more energy in this gun, like affecting the actual gun itself and your arm, versus the much more substantial gun. So yeah, you probably something 9mm or yeah, 22 LR might be good. 22 is like really like kind of dinky. Like it's really fun for just shooting at the range. I mean, a bullet is still a bullet, but they're not that effective. But and they're not that effective and that reliable. But if you're just having fun like at the range, like there's nothing wrong with like a 22. Like I own several 22s as well, just for fun. I probably should let you guys hear the CC9 a little bit more. Nice. I still think the FN is the best one. This has the best trigger. What red dot do I prefer? Honestly, dude, I like the Holo Sun. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's from China, but it's just good. Like, I don't know. It's just good. Like, it works. It's cheap. The battery door's on the side, so I don't have to take the entire thing off in order to change the battery. It's adjustable, shake awake. It's good. Do I own any ARs? I do. I have a Springfield AR. I have a 300 Blackout, Chili Penguin, and I've got a Scar. Do you guys want to see one?